Imagine you're enjoying your coffee and the morning sunshine. 8 o'clock along a country road in Greece. You pay for your coffee, exchange some pleasant words with the couple next to you, and it's time to hit the road. Welcome to Truck Sim Diaries. In this video series, I record my Euro Truck Simulator 2 gameplay, and I use it as a backdrop for my unscripted thoughts on what's going on in my life and the world around me. Sometimes I will have a lot to say, sometimes I will just comment on the gameplay, and sometimes I'll just be quiet. Either way, I'm glad you're here. So let's hop in the truck and see where we are. We're at this gas station here. We just went and picked up the Scania S. We're gonna go for today's job is from Eliorchos, of course. We are on the last stretch here. We're gonna bring olives to Bitola, which is up here in North Macedonia. It's here. Here's Bitola, so we're gonna go just east of it. So let's get going.
Ready to roll.
Ready to roll. Since we last talked, I have gotten better, and then I got worse again. So I don't know if it was probably a case of, well, it's either a case of getting back to work too early, or it's something new. It is a little hard to tell. Both me and my wife got sick. My kids didn't, but then my daughter got sick, but me and my wife and my son didn't. So maybe I have hers. Maybe it's the same old, like, mutated version of whatever. I don't know. Doesn't really matter. I'm not dying or anything. I'm just home from work. And I figured I'd make the best of it. And do one of the things that I enjoy the most in life, which is pretty cool to think about. Like, maybe, I don't know. I got this idea that if I were a billionaire, like, one of my dreams in life is just to not work, because I want to spend as much time as possible doing the things I love. Like, that's all I want to do. I wanna paddle in my kayak, ride my mountain bike, go out into the woods, and play Euro Truck Simulator, and do strength training. Focus on my diet. That's it. That's all I want to do in life. I don't require. I have like everything I need. So the only thing I dream of is not, you know, more money or anything. I dream of more time. Like, I'm not rich by any means. I do okay. Like, me and my wife, we're you know, we don't have to worry about money, but, you know, we're not living a life of luxury in any way. But like, man, the time is just... I so badly wish I had more time. It's all I could ever dream of. I don't want to. If you know, that's why I say, like, I don't know. I'm maybe just imagining. Because from my understanding, your perspective changes quite a lot after you obtain a enormous amount of money. And I'm sure it does, but I have no, like, I don't really have a need to move to a bigger house. I don't have the need to, you know, have a fancier car because it works. It's fine. It's, you know, it's, I think I have a great car because it's pretty modern, you know.
Turn left.
My kids live near their friends, so I wouldn't want to move. Though, my thought here is, if I were a billionaire, would I still be playing Euro Truck Simulator? If I were a billionaire, maybe I would just buy a truck instead. Just drive it around. But I don't know if I want to do that, you know? I don't know. I guess what I'm trying to say here is I am very happy with my life. I just wish I had more time to enjoy it. Because I feel like a prisoner of the things that I need to do instead of living the life that I want.
Get ready to turn right.
And yeah, so like I said, this is the last.
Turn right.
We're gonna go to Baitola from Kalamata, and then we're gonna go back to Kalamata, and then that's it. That's it for the Eliarcho's contract. We're leaving Eliarcho's, like, and after that, that's it. We're gonna get a new. We're gonna get a new contract, and I don't know what it's gonna be. I'm gonna input to ChatGPT to create a realistic trucking contract for the type of truck and trailers that I have in Europe, starting from Greece, and then we'll see what it, you know, we'll see what it thinks of. Yeah, who am I kidding? I would buy so many things if I were a billionaire. Man, just I would go to South Africa for so the kayak that I have, it's a surf ski. So you use it to kind of surf on the waves. It is a lot of fun. It is the mountain bike equivalent of kayaking, like downhill mountain biking. It's adrenaline rush when you're being carried by a wave.
Right.
It is really cool. If you have a chance to try it, please do.
Turn right.
So I would go to South Africa. This is kind of where surfski kayaking was born. And they have these fantastic waves coming off of the ocean. And I would go to Canada for mountain biking. And probably go hiking in New Zealand. That'd be cool.
Turn right.
and I would probably buy a Scania. Oh yeah, this is what I would do. I would buy one of these Scania trucks and I would use it as a cockpit for my truck simulator. It'd just make the coolest YouTube trucking content there is. Alright, so that's Mondays, kayaking, Tuesdays, mountain biking, Wednesdays, it's hiking, Thursdays are Euro Truck Simulator. Fridays, I just build a gym.
Get ready to turn left.
Tailored for me and with a personal trainer, nutritionist. That's Fridays. And then Saturdays and Sunday we should just rest. That sounds nothing short of unrealistic to me. You know, maybe get a pilot license. I love airplanes. What would you do if you were a billionaire? How would you spend your time?
Get ready to turn right. Turn right.
And do you think you would keep doing the same things that you're doing, just like I've been talking now? Like, would you just do a bigger version of what you're already doing? You can never know. I mean, I assume that you would change, you know, your personality would change so much. Just crazy. Like, I'm almost afraid of the idea.
Turn right. Turn right. We are finished.
But I am very grateful that I don't feel like I don't have any huge changes that I want to do to my life. And like I said, I just want more time with it. Not to brag, but I'm pretty happy with that. Alright, let's load it up. Man, I remember the first time I took off from the docks. And this is second to last time. Let's do this. Alright, let's see. We got 814 kilometers to go. So kind of a medium job, not the shortest, but definitely not the longest. Time estimation is 42 minutes of real world time. We're gonna take longer than that because that one is always off. Always off.
Turn left.
And we need to rest at 9 hours and 28 minutes. ETA in-game time is going to be 13 hours and 15 minutes, so it's going to be one rest stop. We should pull it over and plan that rest stop now. Oh, this is a really high curb. Alright, let's take a look. 9 hours and 21 minutes. To go here. So let's see, if we were to filter this by resting places, we got a resting place right here. That looks a bit, oh, and this is, we're pretty good for resting places. How far away is this one, do you think? This one. 9 hours and 46 minutes. All right, so we can't do that. We'll do this one then. 7 hours and 23 minutes. That's a 2-hour margin. And I do love those. So let's plan for that. So we're gonna stop just for rest south of Ioannina. Oh, this feels so nice. I am so psyched for this. Let's just drive. See what fuel mileage we get. We are carrying 19 tons of olives, so we are just maybe a ton or two lighter than what we usually are. And we've got some questions, and I got some anecdotes, and I'm gonna be quiet for a bit. We're just gonna listen to some music. It's gonna be great. There was a thing yesterday. I took my daughter to a thing with her figure skate. They were gonna take some pictures or whatever for like just, you know, yearly photo shoot for the crew, for her class. And you know, as a parent, you do maintenance. You have to be ready for whatever. They're out in the ice, so taking them off the ice if they need something is it's a bit of a project. So they need anything like something to drink or whatever, you have to run and get it. And I noticed that I just had a weird fucking day yesterday because we took off, like, just lost track of time, and I don't know what was wrong. So we were an hour early. Anyway, she was out on the ice, and I noticed that I had forgotten to give her gloves. So I went to the car and got them. And the car is on a parking lot. It's maybe like it's a 2-minute walk. It's pretty, the skating complex is, you know, it's pretty big, so huge parking lots and stuff.
Get ready to turn left.
Because there's hockey
Turn
and we call it bande, I don't know, floorball on ice. I don't know what it's called in English. Anyway, so I went to the car and got it, and as I was on the parking lot leaving my car, this old man comes riding on a bicycle, and I could tell that he was looking for attention. He was like, "Hey man, excuse me, do you have a minute?" He was a little raggedy looking, but But he didn't look like he didn't look like your average hobo or anything like that. He was just, an old gray beard man with an old bike and old clothes. Nothing wrong with it. Just he looked clean, nice. And so he says, he's like, "Excuse me, do you have a minute?" And I was like, "Oh, what is this?" It is always something. The answer is always no when they tell me whatever they want. I don't know why. Or I think I know why. I seek eye contact with people. So if they, and I want to help people if they I guess they can see that. So I am always approached. Like I'm a magnet for this kind of stuff. And he goes, "Oh, are they waiting for me?" "Yes." He goes, "Excuse me, do you have a minute?" And I said, "Yes. How can I help you, I thought that he was going to ask. I knew that there was something. I was hoping that he was going to ask directions or whatever, but... and he's dead. He said, he's like, "I got this book that I want to share with you." And I'm like, "All right." How we talked about last episode, that I am not a believer. But it wasn't that kind of book, because he was like, "In my bathroom,
Get ready.
I have a
Turn
book of
left.
jokes. And I want to tell you a couple of these jokes." And I was like, "What is this?"
Turn left.
This is too good to pass. But I needed to, get back to my daughter with her, I was like, "Man, I am sorry, I can't. I need to go." Like, he was like, "But please." He was very dramatic. He was like, "But please, sir, let me just tell you one." And I was like, "Yeah, you can tell me one. Let's go." And he got off his bike, put the support for the bike down. He stood up. He stood right in front of me with using both his hands to kind of, articulate the joke. And the joke was this: there was this grandmother who had her grandchild visiting. And the grandmother asked the grandchild, "What do you want to be when you grow big like me?" And he said,
Get ready to turn right.
the grandchild says, "I'm gonna go on a diet."
Turn right.
It's just the worst joke in the world. And this guy, he's fucking crying laughing at this joke of his. And I was like, "That's a good one. That was funny, man."
Get ready.
And he
to
just,
turn left.
he was like, "Thank you." And then he got on his bike and he just rode off. And I was like,
Turn left.
"Oh, I learn how these guys work." Because, yeah, I'm in your lane a bit. What do we have behind us? Can I back up, do you think? It looks like there's a truck behind us too. I don't know how we're gonna figure this out. Let's see if I can keep going a bit. What do we have in front of us? Let's see. Can we do this? Oh, this is interesting. Anyway, so the guy rode off, laughing at his joke, thanking me for the time, and I thanked him for the joke, and we just parted ways. Alright, let's see if we can figure this out. We're in a bad spot here. Can we squeeze through here even? It is a tight-ass fit. Everybody's honking. No one is helping. I mean, we got some. Can I do something if I go back? I don't know if I can. If it'll help. Betcha this is my fault. Well, I would fuck up his mirror. He could fold it in. We're good. But I thought that interaction was really refreshing. Just such a nice thing that he was like. He had this joke that he thought it was so fun that he just has to share it with someone. But yeah, speaking of figure skating, we are in the
Turn right.
we're in the dog weeks, and what I mean by that, this is the time of year, twice a year, we get into this period where we have to take our kids to something almost every day of the week. So my son started playing ping pong, and that's Tuesdays. And then Wednesday, my daughter has piano. And then Thursday, my son has swim class, and my daughter has figure skating. Friday, there's nothing. And then Saturday, she has figure skating again. And Sunday, he has ping pong again. And that is a lot. Doesn't give you much time to kind of get an overview of what's going on. There's always something. Well, technically not always, but I am trying to do strength training 5 days a week in all of this.
Caution. Please mind the speed limit.
And my philosophy on that is I don't take lunch breaks at work. So I have 1 hour every day to kind of spare. But yeah. A little stressful. I am feeling better about it than I did last year. Like I have been talking about, you know. I am doing a lot of mental preparations for these hard times. Or, I mean, it's not hard times. It's, well, it is for me, so. Objectively speaking, it is not hard times, but for me, it's hard times. Because I can feel it, like, I can feel it creeping a little bit, like, I usually get seasonal depressions during the winter. And, yeah, I don't really know how to cope with it. You know, if there's something that I can focus on, some physical activity, that is great because, like I said, I do kayaking, mountain biking, hiking. I go for a lot of long walks, and those things, they make me feel very good. But it is when I run out of the possibility to do those things, that's when it's really trying, because I get kind of stuck indoors because I live in Sweden and it's all going to be covered in snow in possibly, you know, possibly as soon as 1 month. And sun is down by, you know, 6 o'clock now, but in a couple of weeks it's going to be down by 4:30. So it's going to be dark and cold. And I usually end up with a depression.
Get ready to turn left.
And I'm trying to lessen the blow of it and kind of be aware of what's going on, how I feel, you know, preparing myself for it and try to mitigate it in some way or another. But, you know, that's easier said than done. Because I don't always know, where it comes from. Or what specific thing it is. This is just the things that I think it is. It might not even have anything to do with that. So what's different now is that I am focusing on the strength training that I've been talking about, and I have this gym in my shed. So year-round, I'm going to be able to do that. And that feels very safe for me. I like the idea of being able to do it all through winter. Hopefully I will be motivated enough to keep going, but you know, you never know. Because it might not have anything to do with that. It might just be that that's how I've been choosing to explain it, you know? Like, how do you prepare? How do I prepare? How do you prepare for the unknown? just be aware of my signals. Just give myself time, I suppose. Space. I don't know. I have a goal, which I haven't had in a very, very long time. And that goal is to something that I've been wanting to do for years. So right before my daughter was born, that's when I got that was the first time I got into you know, hiking. 1 or 2 years before she was, well, I'd say 1 year before she was born. And she's turning 10 in January. So 10 plus years ago, me and a friend of mine, who I've since lost contact with, unfortunately, we were planning on going on a week-long hike in one of Sweden's national parks. And at the time, I was like, I was naive, because I remember my wife, she was, you know, she was like 8 months and 30 days pregnant.
Keep right,
And she was
and
like,
then
you know, we're
continue
gonna have a
straight on.
baby soon, right? And I was like, yeah, but like, I can go for a week. And she was like, and I was like, I mean, that's not gonna be a problem, is it? But turns out that would be a problem. There was no way for me to leave for a week until now. Because now, I mean, my kids are grown.
Go straight on.
They are 6 and 9. And my wife is, you know, more than capable of taking care of them for a week. So I have this possibility, and I figured, you know, I don't want my whole life to pass and just never doing this thing, you know?
Keep right, and then continue straight on. Go straight on.
I don't get to a point where it's like, yeah, this is the thing that I always wanted to do, but I never did. And like we always, you know, we always go north, where I was born in northern Sweden. We go there during the summers to visit my mother. Kids get to play with their grandma. We all get to relax. It's great. It's a great visit. And on the way there, we pass these, you know, these popular hiking spots. And I see these people with these huge backpacks, you know. And I always get this little sadness in my heart, like, I want to do this thing. Like, it's just this unrealistic thing that for so many years now, I've been, like, just disregarding it, you know? Just been thinking like, you know, this is not something for me. This is something for everyone else. Because, you know, but when my daughter was born, she was not the easiest little baby to take care of. And since then, I think me and my wife were, you know, traumatized is a very, very big word, but we were very affected by the change to our life that that parenthood would mean, because it wasn't like what any of us had thought it was going to be. We didn't have any stupid ideas of it being simple by any means. But just
Keep left.
we just got stuck in this pattern of like this crisis mode, this latent crisis mode, like always being prepared, and like you can't this sensation of you can't really do anything because you can't leave the other parent because we need all hands on deck, you know. And we kind of got stuck in that, and to some extent I think we still are. Like there is a lot of, both me and my wife, and I don't think we've talked about this really, her and me. We really should. Honey, if you're listening to this, if I haven't talked to you about this until now, please remind me. We need to talk about this because we need to, you know, we need to move away from it. And it is this sensation that you get this feeling of doing something wrong when you're doing something for yourself. And you're taking some time away from family. And you know, relationships needs time apart. We need to be away, you know. On an individual level, you need space, you know, you need time for yourself away from your family to be the best parent you can be for your kids, to be the best wife or husband that you can be for your partner. You need to focus on yourself. You know, call back to our Lord of the Rings question. Like, when is it time to show her my Lord of the Rings DVD collection? Just do it right away, because no one is happy if you're not happy, you know? So you need to make sure that you're happy. Like, I'm not saying, you know, take off and don't come back, but well, I guess what I'm trying to say is I feel really safe in pursuing this goal that I have to, like, get into multiple day hikes. My idea is to start small. Just, you know, I have most of the hiking gear already. What I don't have is like tents, sleeping bags, stuff like that. And just start small, like go out for a night in the woods just here. Because we live in such a beautiful country. Sweden is fantastic in so many ways. So yeah, this is one of my goals. I wanna, you know, I intend to. Oh, I think I should have been in the right lane. This is a little narrow, but. We can squeeze through. Just, you know, training with go rucking, meaning taking walks with a backpack. Go for a little jog or trot with a backpack. Just increase the distance, increase the weights, just stuff like that. Just procure the equipment. stuff like that. My dude is starting to yawn. It is 1 hour left until we need to rest. Let me pull over here and take a look at the map. Hope I didn't lose track of time here. Yeah, I did. We're not gonna make this. It's 2 hours until the next checkpoint. I need to sleep in 1 hour. How are we gonna... What about this one? 1 hour, 11 minutes. We got 1 hour and 5 minutes. What about this one? I don't know what happened. 1 hour and 55 minutes. I think we're gonna go for this one and break a couple eggs along the way. And when I say eggs, I mean loss. Yes, yes. And hopefully focusing on this goal during the winter, I will be able to get some enjoyment out of it. Hopefully you know, find some motivation through the winter. I haven't slept in a tent since I was in the military, and that was 21 years ago, I think. In 2004. Doing some aggressive trucking here, trying to make up some time. I think you can see on the dashboard. Yeah, you see 22 minutes down there on the right. 20 minutes now, that's how long we have to get there.
Caution. Please watch the
And what do you think is worse, the ticket for speeding or the ticket for not resting?
Please mind the speed limit.
Speeding violation. Goddamn cops. I bet you I'm gonna end up with both.
Watch the speed limit.
Yeah, just keep going. Oh, I can see the rest stop, but I don't think we're gonna make it. It is right here. It's so close. It says rest in ASAP. You see 000. Shit. We're in trouble.
Keep right, and then exit right.
Let's see if we can spot the sleeping. I can't really... Oh, it's right here. Shit, let's... fuck, stop the engine and rest. Yes! Oh, we made it. Imagine waking up in the middle of the night. You have to go to the bathroom because you're 40 years old. 42. I wonder how this would feel like. Just a quick check of the truck, and then we're gonna hop back in, get the rest of our sleep. This could have been avoided through proper planning because, well, I thought the 2 hours was gonna be more than enough, but I guess not. Let's see. We got ETA is 6 hours, 7 hours. Next rest we need is in 14 hours. There's no way we're not gonna make it. I said. But just to be sure, let's it's gonna be fine. If we need to sleep by the time we get to here, there's so many places we can stop and rest on. Let's get the rest of our sleep. And it's 7 in the morning. And it's time to go. Oh, and like I said, a part of my strength training aim body recomposition little hobby that I've been doing since this summer involves taking a lot of walks. So I'm trying to get 10,000 steps a day, and most of the time I easily get 10,000 steps, if not more, at work. And my intention is to, at work I carry a lot. I think I weighed my work pants, and they're like a couple kilos with tools and stuff, and I always carry my toolbox. So there's a lot of like carrying at work. So those are pretty good steps. And if I haven't gotten the steps, what I have been doing is just going for a walk in like my running shoes, which are now my walking shoes, because I completely gave up on running. We are going very fast here, over 100 almost. But I want to keep this momentum going downhill.
Caution. Please watch the speed limit.
Yeah, so what I intend to do for... Well, I am back from a bit of a crash. Apparently, one of my USB connected peripherals decided to update itself and make everything else stop working.
Let's do this.
But yeah, let's keep going. Yeah, so I completely lost my train of thought. But I think I was going to tell you about... Yeah, I was talking about walks. Sorry. So I have been walking a lot in the evenings if I don't, get my steps count up. And like I said, it's getting dark now because it's autumn. And you know, I'm not afraid of the dark. I just want to start. I just want to start by saying that, like, I am not a wuss. But I was out on a walk, and coming back from, like, I like to walk in the dark. Like I said, I'm not afraid of the dark. I had a flashlight with me, so well, it wasn't pitch black or anything, but it was where I live. It's not, you know, I don't live in the city, so we don't have streetlights everywhere. And it was pretty dark, and I was walking next to a golf course. And the golf course ends, and it's just a field. And since it's autumn now, there's nothing growing in the field. And so I'm walking along this straight road. It's pitch black, and I have a little flashlight with me. But it doesn't do much. It's not like, well, it is powerful, but I have it in like this power save mode, so I can only see like basically where I can see the road that I'm walking on, nothing else. And I stop to take a picture. And when I do, you know, I hear the you know, the sound of a bike that has gears. You know, like when you're pulling when you're rolling with a bike, it's like the flywheel or whatever that's got this sound, you know? I hear that sound, so I'm like, oh shit, there's a bike coming in, I'm probably in the way. So I step to the side and I turn around to like say hello and sorry to the bike. The thing is that there's no bike, there's no one on the road, it's just me. And I'm like, immediately I get this sense of dread. Like, I'm so afraid, because I'm like, I feel like this is stress. This is what it's supposed to feel like. This is the reason why we are afraid of the dark, because like we as a species, we have been surviving thanks to this sensation that I'm feeling now, this fear. It's like it's my stress working correctly. And I'm like, it is time for me to just leave here. So I start jogging pretty fast down the road towards, like, I can see like my village, the lights. And you know, I have seen a horror movie or two, so I just keep thinking of like, oh man, this is so fucking tragic, just dying here, being slaughtered here by the serial killer or whatever.
At the roundabout, take the first exit.
Just so close to the village.
Keep right.
And so I go pretty quickly. Like, I don't want to look into the woods. I don't want to know what it is. I just want to put some distance between me and whatever it is. Like, I don't really care. So my thought is like, I'm gonna put about 100 to 150 meters distance pretty fast, and then I'm gonna turn around and look at what it was. Like, I'm not gonna turn around until I've put some distance, because that's gonna slow me down. I don't want to be fucking fast out of there. Just leave. So I do, and then I turn around and I turn my flashlight on, like on max power, and then it's pretty, like, it's one of these tactical, you know, survival lights. So it's car headlight lights. So like, I'm lighting the position, like my last position, up properly, and I can see the field, and I can see the bush, and I can see where I was, and there is nothing there. There is nothing in the field. There is nothing on the other side of the bush. There is nothing on the road. And I'm like, what the, like, what what was it? What could it have been? And I'm like, I'm not gonna go back and look. Like, so I keep looking at, the spot where I heard the sound and like not figuring out what it was. And then I hear the sound again right next to me in the field. Like 5 meters away from me. And then it is not about jogging to put some distance. I fucking run. Like, I have no fucking clue what it was. But I just hear this chain sound. Again. Logically, I know that it's not a murderer or whatever. And I don't think it's someone trying to scare me. It's probably some farming equipment or whatever. But the thing is that there was no wind. So I was like, could it have been like some wires that the farmer put up for some whatever reason that I am too not a farmer to understand? I don't know. I haven't been back since. I should. My wife told me, like, go back in daylight and see if you can figure it out. Like, I'm like, yeah, or not, Or just leave Jason Voorhees be. So I run to streetlights and the train station. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know. And that's where the story ends. Like, I still don't know what it was. Obviously, I made it out alive. But that was fucking scary. Like, really scary. And it's so cool to, like, I've had that... last time I had that sensation was when it was maybe... Oh, I don't know. 5 or 6 years ago or something like that. It was a really long time ago. Where I was hiking in the woods by myself. And it was also in the autumn, and I had planned so that I get back to the car just as I'm out of daylight. And when I do, when I get back to the car, I mean, I realized that I had forgotten my seat pad when I took a break like 3 kilometers earlier. It's 3 kilometers in the woods. Well, it was probably 2 kilometers. But it was about 40 minutes walking through these woods, which are pretty rocky, so it's high steps. Like, it is not a fast procedure. So I was like, I could just leave the seat pad behind, or I have to go get it, And I am not about leaving the things that I like behind, because I apply a heavy amount of sentimental value to the things that I have used for some time, and this is my blue seat pad that I am very fond of, and they don't make these blue seat pads anymore. So obviously I have to go back and get it. And the break I had taken was by a lake, by a boat. I knew exactly where the seat pad was. So I had to go back and get it through these dark woods. And because the sun was setting. So it was dark on the way. It was, twilight, late twilight on the way there. And it was pitch black
Please watch the speed.
on the way back. And I did not bring a flashlight. Because I didn't intend to stay,
Please mind the speed.
I didn't intend to stay after sunset. And walking back, like, I was walking very fast because, like I said, I am not afraid of the dark. But I am also a human. And you know, as far as I'm concerned, we have this wired into our, you know, brains that being out in the woods after dark is dangerous. Logically, I know, like, the chances of... I mean, we have wild animals where I live. We have bears, we have wolves, and we have lynx. Now, the chances of me being attacked by a bear or a wolf is so small
and then exit right.
that it is almost mathematically impossible to calculate the risk of that ever happening. However, being attacked by lynx in these woods after dark, it is not zero. And at that time, we had, not in these woods, but, you know, within the territory of these animals, a woman had been walking her dog in daylight, and a lynx had, you know, ran at her. It didn't attack her, but it ran towards her, and those are normally known as, you know, they're almost unicorn level of shy, because they will not show themselves. They will leave way before your fat, noisy, human, stupid self is gonna have a chance to even come close. Like, they know what they're doing. But they, you know, they are not undangerous. And I had that back in my mind, you know, walking through these. And, you know, I make all this noise walking. And I was like, I'm not going to look back. Like, it is ridiculous of me to look back. All this while I'm thinking, like, if a lynx were to attack me, it would attack me from behind. Because it knows, you know,
Caution. Please watch the speed.
it's just how they work. They are not dangerous. They have attacked humans. The chances of it happening is so extremely small, but it is not zero.
Caution. Please mind the speed.
So I keep looking back. And I walk for some bit and I look back. And I walk for some bit and I look back. And this, every time I do this, I get more and more afraid.
Caution. Please watch the
Because I'm like, I don't know if I am acting rationally. I might not be.
Caution. Please mind the speed.
But something tells me that I should not be here. And that this is dangerous. It's not. But I know it's not. But my DNA knows that it is. You know what I mean? And I also, like, it's the same thing there. I think it's so cool to be like, my stress is working the way it's intended. For the reason it is intended. You know?
Keep right, and then turn right.
Gotta kind of admire that. Obviously, I wasn't attacked by a wild animal.
Turn right.
And when I say that the chances of being attacked by lynx in the Swedish woods is not zero, where I live, it is pretty close to zero. It is not zero, but it is pretty close. I think we're gonna... Yeah, we're leaving Greece. Yeah, we're heading into North Macedonia. And yeah, I don't know if I've been here. I looked on the GPS a little bit earlier. It looked like that. So the road turns yellow when it's a section that I have driven on sometime in the past. But I don't know if this was. All right, we're at the border crossing, and this is where I said that we're gonna make a sleep check. And ETA is 2 hours of in-game time. We need to rest in 8 hours. So I'm gonna go out on a limb here and assume that we're gonna make it. I think we're gonna be just fine. Lorries is here. To start the border check, press enter. That's honking. Everything's in order. Have a nice journey. Border crossing. Macedonia. Do that. Let's see where we are. We are in either of the 3 right lanes. North Macedonia. So their flag is happy. I like it. This, yeah. Sunshine. Well, I guess we go here. So the hiking trip that I want to do is on the King's Trail in northern Sweden. And
Go straight on.
I think maybe this is my midlife. It might be my midlife crisis. I don't know. I'm not sure if this is my midlife crisis or the mountain biking was my midlife crisis, or the BMX, or the kayaking, or the running, or the lifting weights. But it might be this one, honestly. I feel like I'm in the wrong lane here.
Keep right, and then turn right.
Oh shit.
Turn right.
So, I want to go on the King's Trail. It's a beautiful hiking trail. I've only been to small sections of it, but I want to go to the northernmost point and start walking south for the first stretch, which is 100 kilometers, and that would include a visit to Sweden's highest mountain and get up on top of it. And that's where I feel like this is my midlife crisis, because it just feels like such a middle management 42-year-old thing to do. Climb the highest mountain in the country. But yeah, man, I really want to do this thing. It is not like mountain climbing. It is an Arctic expedition, because I think that there's almost always snow on the top of that. Well, it might not be now, but there are glaciers and stuff, so.
Turn right.
From what I understand, it is like a very steep technical walk, not, ropes and, climbing. Not that kind of. It is not that kind of ascent. But yeah, I want to do that. I want to do that so bad. So I'm going to start preparing for that. And hopefully I have about a year. I would want to do this in late August or early September next year.
At the roundabout, take the second exit.
Man, I have not. It is not until now that I feel how, I can really feel how long we've been in Greece, because seeing something else like this is really great. A little bit of variation, I think I needed that. So yeah, just prep for the hike, prep for the mountain. I can mountain prep in the winter. The only thing we don't have where I live is steep. We don't have any mountainous areas at all. It is pretty flat. When I go on my regular mountain bike, to the bike park, which is in nature, I get for 20 kilometers, I get an ascent and descent of 500 meters. It's a lot of A lot of small hills. I don't really know where I could get that kind of workout.
Caution. Please watch the speed limit. Turn right. Get ready to turn right.
Oh, we're coming up on the thing here. Vesna.
Turn right.
That's it. Let's unload it. All right. 897 kilometers, 37.3 liters per 100. That is not great, but it is not terrible because there was a lot of uphills, a lot of small villages passing. We got 3% damage, and that was, I'm going to say that, let's see, collision. This is the collision in the turn where I got in the way of the truck and I had to squeeze through. And then this collision is when the, the steering wheel stopped working and the brakes stopped working. So, yeah. This one was unavoidable, unfortunately. This one was very much avoidable. That was on me. This one, technical difficulties. 1 hour and 2 minutes. I think it estimated 42 minutes. So yeah, we're always a little, I don't know about this estimation thing. Elior chose to Vesna in here. Scania S odometer is at 240,982 kilometers. We're doing great. 19 tons of olives for 814 kilometers. Planned 897 kilometers real. Yeah, let's see here. Tollgate. Sorry, collision, tollgate, fine. This was the speeding ticket. And then there was the collision, and then there was the tollgate and the tollgate. So not my proudest timeline here. 26,250, so that's pretty good. Olives are back in business. 3,937 taxes. That's not nothing. 502 is other costs, and that's transports, ferries and trains, and I assume toll gates. Fuel cost was 509, so not too expensive. Damages was 1,500. And I think that this one was pretty heavy on the damage. This one, this was 2% damage, and this one was 1% damage. So this is not good. Revenue 19,801. So we're positive. We need to fix the truck though at 3% damage. Let's take a look at our delivery rating. 3.6. Oh, that's cool. We can get I can get a mouse cursor detail thing. It's 3.6 stars. 4 stars for damage because obviously there was some. 3 stars for distance. 4 stars for fines because there was some. 5 stars for fuel economy. So I guess I'm doing good. I keep wanting to go below 30, but I am hereby letting go of that thought because I'm doing the best I can here. But we're not really talking German highways, right? Only 2 stars for mass. So in order to increase this, we need to pull a lot heavier weights. We're not going to go much heavier with the trailer that we have. The trailers we've been using last, it's the refrigerated trailer which we use now. It's I think max is around 22, 23 tons. It's kind of how heavy you pull stuff with this thing. And then we got the the chemical trailer and then the dumper trailer, and they are also in the 20-something tons. We do have some more trailers that I haven't used a lot, which are those low loader trailers, which you pull machines and that kind of stuff. So when we start using those, we are going to see our mass go up, and it would be kind of fun to once do a really long, really heavy haul to like max out the, I want to try to go for as far as I can with as heavy load as I can, as careful as I can with as best fuel economy possible to try to avoid damages and fines because this was a calculated risk, and I kind of knew that this fine was going to happen because if we didn't, we would have gotten the overdue sleep fine. And the thing is that if I go over on the sleep, the character, the character in the truck, he will actually fall asleep, so the screen will go black and there will be no input, which means a crash. So I can't stop and emergency rest somewhere on the side of the road, which you would do in real life. I would if it was me and I couldn't find a legal place to stay, you know, obviously I would just pull over to the side of the road and sleep because it'd be fucking dangerous. So that's why I opted for the speeding ticket instead of the possibility of falling asleep behind the steering wheel causing a huge crash, because then it'll just be floor it and just asleep crashing and anything can happen. It could even crash so bad that we're gonna need, you know, emergency services to get out of there, and I don't want that because that's gonna be a lot worse. So this was calculated risk. But yeah, that would be fun to try to like max out damage, distance, fines, fuel economy, and mass to like get 5 stars on everything to get a 5-star rating. That'd be cool. So let's keep that as a goal for this winter also, because I'm all about goals. And here we can see how it's calculated. Mass was 6.65, distance was 358.8, fines was -5, damage was -3, fuel economy was 14.90. This is the hardcore points here, 343. So that's how that's calculated. Hard parking bonus 0. Anyway, that was it for today. Thank you for taking the time with this. I really do appreciate it a lot. Remember to let go of the focus on the outcome and instead embrace the joy of the process. Bye.